So I just saw this clip of Key Deadman and this who the fuck is Vanessa Gonzalez? What piece of shit did she just climb out of? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were on Mike Mill's show. I need to know because I didn't go to Mike's channel. I wanted to, but then I really didn't feel like it. But somebody please tell me that he kicked her off his platform after that display of acidy racism. Can somebody tell me that he kicked her off the panel? Because I know he didn't keep her on. I hope he didn't. That was like, whoa. And I mean to be young like that. Not only that, her last name is Gonzalez. Now I don't know if that's a married name, but something tells me that she might be Cuban or something. You know, one of those Latinos who identify as white, but they don't realize that racist white people view them as niggas with an accent that speak a different language. But in their minds, they're white. But yeah, I'm just live because I'm just curious. I would like someone to tell me that she got kicked off the platform. I'll wait. I'll wait. Hey, Alex, you look new. Welcome to the channel. Nice to meet you. You probably have no clue, or maybe you do. You just might be a troll. Amir, you wrote something in Arab. I'm sorry, not Arab, Arab. Hope it's something nice. And if it is, welcome, welcome. Lukey Dukes. Do you love the great white hope and his cabinet of Avengers because he's making America great and safe again? Ah, yeah, okay. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. No, I, RPS, hello. No irony. Come on, y'all. Who are y'all people? Are y'all even real? Are y'all bots or something? Hell no what? Amir? I have no idea what you're saying. Let me see if I can translate that. Is that possible? No. It's not possible I can translate what you're saying here. Hey, Clayton. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome, Clayton. Lukey Dukes. How old am I? How old do I sound? Tell me. If you can guess my age, I'll cash app you $10. Yeah, so, oh, bless your heart. But no $10 for you, Lukey. I'm not 40. I was 40 17 years ago. Kathy said, how is a cabinet of rapists, drunks, and felons making anything great? Y'all are weird as fuck. Peace. Don't go, Kathy. We like you. Ado Sky, hey. Well, 57 RPS. I wouldn't say that, Clayton, because I'm not a Southerner. I'm originally from New York. I just live in Atlanta. Yep. Katie is a Karen liberal. I wish you well, though. Yeah, bye, Lukey. You're weird. And dumb. And brainwashed. 62. Well, all right. What's life like in the 60s? I'm getting there pretty quickly. Do you feel 62 or do you feel 32? How are you adjusting to the aging process? It's a challenge for me. Yeah, I guess we're going to talk about Trump here. Um, I made a video. Damn, my days blend into each other. I think it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday or Friday. That, Trump has got to be the biggest troll. And I mean, it's really, now that I think about it, it's not only the black community he is trolling. He's trolling all of America. All of it. But right now, he's definitely trying to get the black community to get out there in those streets and start marching and protesting. But we ain't going. We ain't going. Oh, okay. That's good, RPS. Listen, something weird has happened down here in Georgia. He trolling everybody, Ados. I don't know if you know this, but if not, you can research it yourself. But maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, there were twin brothers, identical twins. I think they were like 19. They were they left their home in, I think, Lawrenceville. I think they're from Lawrenceville, Georgia, to go to the airport. They were going to Boston for something, I don't know. Twins. Their family says they were very close. They never even fought, never even had a fist fight with each other. Identical twins. Good looking boys. The name was Kadir and Nadir, I think. Or Kadir and Nasir, something like that. And they recently graduated high school. They were on their way to the airport. Nobody knows what happened, but they were found up in the mountains. How far away? I want to say maybe something like 90 miles away. I think they were found in a place called Hiawassee, Georgia, up in the mountains where the white hillbillies live. They were found shot to death. The police have deemed it or labeled it a murder-suicide. All the family is saying no way. They've never even had a fist fight with one another. They had their plane tickets in their pockets, and I think their cell phones were with them as well. They did arrest a volunteer firefighter, white man, of course, because in where they were found, nothing but white people. From what I understand, it's a sundown town. The family says, and the name of the mountain is called Bell Mountain. The family says they don't even believe they ever even heard of Bell Mountain. The family says they've never been that far in Georgia. They were born and raised here, but there would be no reason for them to go there. They don't even believe, the family, that they even know where to go, how to get to some damn Bell Mountain. But that's where they were found. The white volunteer firefighter was arrested because he took pictures of them in the crime scene. Just trying to, say it nicely. And he posted those horrible pictures on the internet, and that's why he got arrested. But the police have labeled it a murder-suicide. I've heard nothing more about it. Now, normally we would see that civil rights attorney, Crump, even Al Sharpton, or whoever. It's been very quiet. And I don't think it's being quiet because nobody cares. I don't think that's the case. I think the wise thing to do, and I'm sure they were contacted by Attorney Crump, Al Sharpton, somebody. And I think, not that they're trying to keep it quiet, but they don't want us taking it to the streets because we know that we're being trolled. And I think some racist white man got a hold to them some kind of way, and took them to Bell Mountain and murdered them. Just trying to get us to get out there in those streets. I think that's what's going on. I don't know. But these are twins who are very close. You never seen one without the other. From time to time, they still dress alike and everything. So I was thinking today, I was like, this seems like it would be a really big story, and something that we would see Attorney Crump holding press conferences frequently. But that's not happening. And I know it's not because nobody's angry or because nobody is concerned or because nobody cares. It's just that we just gotta be careful. The lives of those two boys are very important. And this case has been weighing on my heart. And again, I just know that Attorney Crump or whoever is involved, they are advising the family to exercise wisdom because they don't want more lives lost. This is all a plot. Let's kill some niggas and get the niggas mad to get them running out in the streets, and then we can kill some more niggas. And Trump, if we get arrested, convicted, or whatever, Trump will pardon us. See the game plan? We can't give them that power. Can't do it. So we just got to sit tight and sit on this and stew for a while, because I'm stewing. You know, I just been thinking about those two boys. And nobody knows them better than their family. And if their family says neither one of them was suicidal, they never even had a fist fight with each other. So how is it just out the blue, one is going to take them way 90 miles away to some hillbilly sundown town mountain, Bell Mountain, and one kills one and then kills himself? It's bullshit. Those boys were kidnapped and murdered. So again, we got to be careful. If anybody is like, what, nobody cares, it's not that. Whole lot of people are angry about it. It's just that we can't do anything just yet. Now, the other thing that concerns me is that, time is of the essence. It's important, especially when you're dealing with murder cases. The first 48 hours are the most important hours. And by us having to sit on it, the perpetrators it just creates a greater possibility that they will never be brought to justice. That's very worrisome. If I'm worried about it, I know the family is. Then, to step that up, okay, so they murdered these twins and they didn't get the results they were looking for. So they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. All to get us out in the street, marching, protesting. You see, again, like I said, with the Latinos, he can deport them. He can't deport us. They can't deport us. They're going to have to kill us to get rid of us, to get us out this country. And that's their plan. That's their goal. And surely we are frustrating them because we're not giving in to their bullshit. So, RPS, what do you suggest we do? What can we do other than pray? What do we do about the kids or, young adults? They got to go to and fro to school. Some of them might have jobs. Some of them might have to go to a family member's house, like grandma's house, and see what she needs, maybe cut a grass. We got to have a plan. We got to have a strategy so that we can stay safe, because something is happening. Something is happening. And those twins are just the beginning, I think. How about you? Now, they're from Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville is like an hour and change from the airport, Hartsfield Jackson Airport. Might even be closer than that, but I'll say like maybe an hour and 10 minutes. I mean, where could they have gotten kidnapped from? And does anybody know if their car was up in the mountain as well? Did they take a Uber? I don't know any of those details. I wouldn't think that they would drive a car if they both was getting on a plane and they would leave their car, at the airport like people do. And, you got to pay a whole bunch of money when you park your car at the airport and then get on the plane. I don't think they would do that. Not at that age. You just, have somebody drop you off or take a Uber. You know, not much is being said in terms of details about this case. It seems like it's being swept under the rug. And yes, it is in one aspect by the police. They bullshit. But trust me, it's not being swept under the rug by the black community. It's just that our hands are tied right now. Hmm. But I'm really disturbed by this case. And my heart and condolences go out to the family, especially the mother. It's like, oh my God. That's horrible. Horrible. And to have to sit on it. I know that woman ain't getting no kind of sleep. Because I don't even know, man. I found myself waking up in the middle of the night thinking about the case and what could have happened and who did it. Now, I don't have to ask the why. I got a pretty good idea as to why. But who did it? It's troubling me. Hey, Super Saiyan Jim's real face. How you doing? Welcome. So, do you know who this Vanessa Gonzalez is? Were you at Mike Mills with this chick was arguing with Key Dedman? And I just want to know, did he kick her off the platform or did he let her rock? I'm very curious. Oh, it was bad. She was hurling all kinds of racial slurs at Key Dedman. I mean, it was vicious. It was vicious. So I was just curious as to what happened after it. But hey. Yeah, so if anybody comes across an article with some new information concerning the twins, feel free to post it in the comment section. I'd greatly appreciate it. But yeah, sometimes I take on the weight or the burdens, I should say, of other people. And this is a burden that has just been sitting on me, and it gets hard to shake. Oh, so you don't watch it anymore, huh? Well, you know what? I've been out the loop for a few years now, myself, actually, Super Saiyan, Jim's real face. I have. But I was just hoping that the right thing was done and that chick was kicked off the platform. It's just curious, that's all. I just really didn't care to make the effort to go find out for myself. I thought it'd be easier if I went live and somebody told me what happened. Just curious, that's all. Yeah, man. I wouldn't advise you to go listen and make you mad. And he said, I feel all right. I feel 40-ish. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, I was just curious, but apparently nobody is in this chat that was present during that, uh, yeah, that bullshit. So they can't give me any information. And I really don't want to find out for myself. Sometimes, there are things I just like to hear secondhand. I don't like to go watch. And I learned my lesson. Remember, like in 2000, when the Gulf War started, after 9/11, right? Remember when Al Qaeda was making videos of them chopping hostages' heads off? Well, there was one guy, and forgive me for not remembering his name, but y'all would know exactly who I'm talking about. I watched the video when they took a sword and cut that man's head off live on video. It's one thing to see something like that in a movie because, it's like, oh, it's a movie, it's not real. This shit wasn't a movie, this shit was real. And I regret to this day that I clicked the link and watched that shit. Because I can never get it out of my mind. And it's going to be in my mind until my mind no longer works anymore. That's going to be a long time. And we're going back to like 2001, or 2002, or 2003, somewhere around there. So that's over 20-something years ago, and I still have this fucking memory. I wish I never looked at it. And from that moment on, I said to myself, I will never watch anything like that again. So when something's really fucked up, I don't bother to watch it. I just don't. Like the George Floyd thing, I seen still pictures of it, you know, but I never watched the actual video. I just won't do it because I don't need that singed into my psyche. Yeah, I learned to be very protective of my peace. in terms of what I look at on the internet. So a lot of times it's more palpable to hear somebody describe it to me rather than me go and see it for myself. I don't want my eyes to see it because then I can't unsee it ever again. But if you tell me about it, it's not, I mean, of course it's bad, but I can deal with it, you know? Yeah, you got to be careful of what you watch. I don't like watching, I don't watch the Facebook videos where, somebody shoots somebody live on Facebook Live. That shit's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm not concerned. You could tell me about it, you know, because I do want to know, but I just don't want to see, if that makes sense to you. Yeah. So anyway, I'm interested in next Saturday, April 5th. It's going to be a world protest slash march. Um, what is it called? Hands Off 2025. And it's really white people protesting against Trump and Elon Musk. I'm looking forward to that. And, you know, I keep saying it's going to be a civil war between white people. And when I say civil war, I don't mean an actual war, like bombs and shit like that. I just mean that it's going to be decent white folks against MAGA and racists. You know, civil war meaning it's going to be white folks against white folks. I'm looking forward to see who's going to win. And I always believe that good will always prevail over evil. Because it's going to take white people to root out white supremacy and racism. Ultimately, it's going to take them. And whether you agree or not, we as a people could not have come as far as we have arrived without the help and assistance of good white folk. Really. We needed them. We needed them for the Underground Railroad. I thank God for them white folks that built a livable spaces as much as they could in their attic and in their basements and was hiding out black folks until the next horse and buggy came where they can jump in and hide and go on to the next stop, which might have been somebody else's house or a church, you know? The Underground Railroad would not have been successful without good white people. And this is what I don't understand. I love nature. I love spring. When all these beautiful colors of flowers start budding and opening up. And, white flowers are beautiful. Pink flowers, beautiful. Yellow flowers, red flowers. By their own right, each individual color is just beautiful. And flowers are just like people to me. They really are. You know, Black people, beautiful. Hispanic people, beautiful. Arab, beautiful. White people, beautiful. In separately. But like flowers, when you take white, yellow, red, blue flowers, pink flowers, and you put them all together, it's extra super duper beautiful. And it's just like people. Separately, we are beautiful. But put us together. When we work together, live together, support each other, and don't see race, just see another human being, that's super duper extra beautiful. When I tell you flowers are like people, it's so true. Like, you can plant flowers, right? And they all come out the same batch. One plant might just be struggling while the other flowers are thriving. They're growing, they're sprouting, they're producing, and all of that. But this other plant that came out the same bunch is just struggling. Zoe's got dead leaves. It's not growing as fast as the others. It's not looking as vibrant. And all of a sudden, the vibrant ones that are just thriving, have been thriving, all of a sudden they'll die. But the one that's been struggling just keeps on trucking. And sometimes, after a while, it begins to thrive. Or sometimes it just sit there and just struggle to the end of its life. And it's just like people. You ever see somebody just healthy, like Jackie Joyner? Remember that Olympic black woman? She was tall, and she was a runner. Wasn't Jackie Joyner Kersey or something? And I mean, she was an athlete, body of life, epitome of health, and she just dropped dead out the blue. Flowers do that shit. And then you see somebody that was born sick. They 42 years old and they still sick. Just been sick all their life. And they just keep on going. I don't know, just something to think about. But yeah, I spend a lot of time in my yard, for those who may not know. And so doing yard work is very therapeutic for a lot of people, as it is for me. And these are the things that I notice and I ponder, you know. And it's amazing the concepts you develop, the conclusions you might arrive at, and the profound thoughts that you have while you digging holes in the dirt, while you playing in the dirt, or while you mowing the lawn, or you pruning trees and shit like that. It just gives you a lot of time to self-reflect and reflect on a lot of things. But hey, that's just me. And I've just been sitting here rambling on because I can at 2:10 in the morning. Anyway, it is time for me to go. Thank you all for tuning in. And I want you all to have a great start of the week and finish it off strong. Now, as far as tomorrow down here in Atlanta, it's supposed to be like a level 3 storm. Yeah, I won't be driving in that mess. Hey, LA, how you doing? LA, who is this Vanessa Gonzalez? Do you know? And did Mike Mills kick her off the platform? That's what I want to know. Do you know, LA? I could go and find out myself, but then I'd have to, uh, fast forward and, well, I just don't feel like doing all that right now. It's just much easier because I just have one question. Did he kick her off the platform or did he let her rock? Oh, wow. Um, well, after she said all that, do you know how Rio feels about it? Is he still cool with her or what? Is anybody cussing her out? I'm curious. Because I know this sector did not allow this chick to say the things that she said, whether she said it to a friend or foe. I know they didn't still let her rock. If they still let her rock, man. So she kept roasting me for weeks, and I ignored her, and then I decided to cook her and made a song and did a show. Are they still messing with her though? Then after all the videos she did to me, she did a video crying saying I'm a man and shouldn't be cooking her. And shouldn't be cooking her. Yeah, I can't do your laugh like you. I could try though, but only you can do that shit. That I'm a man and shouldn't be cooking her. Yeah, but she said some real nasty shit to Key Deadman. Yes, they still rocking with her, no matter how many. Wow. Wow. That's real disappointing. Mm, mm, mm. That's real disappointing. See, I could tell we're not from the same generation. You know, we're not from the same generation. Did she didn't apologize or nothing, huh? She didn't apologize? Did they make her apologize? Or they just, you know, it's just not a problem for them. I'm, I don't understand. And if Rio is live, I will get off my own channel and go over there and ask him some questions. She apologized and kept doing, oh shit. Wow. Wow. Mm. Wow. Wow. I can't relate, LA. I can't relate. Mm. I don't think he'll cuss me out. I just got questions. I'm just trying to understand. That's all. Just from a different generation. And I just need to know how and why they are so complacent with such, uh, you know, with such behaviors. That's all. But I don't think you're gonna cuss me out. I mean, you shouldn't. I just got a question. I'm just trying to understand. That's all. I don't even know Phoenix. I don't think I ever had a conversation with her. I just know her because of you and, but, I ain't got nothing to say about Phoenix. And I don't even roast no more. I don't want to roast. I don't want to argue and fight and cuss people out no more. I'm an old bitch, LA. And once you turn into an old bitch, you just ain't got time for that no more. I do other things like go on vacation and shit. Every question you ask him, he will ask you a question about me and Phoenix. And we can bet money he gonna do exactly what I'm saying. I don't know, but the issue wouldn't be about you and Phoenix. Not that we can't discuss you and Phoenix, that's cool. But my thing is, how and why are you so complacent with the likes of Vanessa Gonzalez? I just really want to understand that, because I come from a generation that had zero tolerance for it, especially once James Brown came out with Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. You know, that's what I grew up on. So it's just, it just, it's off to me that somebody would have their platform and allow this to take place, let alone still rock with a person. Because in my generation, two people can be arch enemies. But if a white person came in there and started calling either one of them niggas, those arch enemies will get together and whoop that white person's ass. That's what I know. So I'm trying to understand, how did that attitude, that mentality get degraded? What happened? That's all. That's all I'm trying to understand. Mm. He said, that's the point. It ain't about me. He gonna make it about me. And I will be here to tell you, I told you so. Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just trying to understand something. Because it's just so weird to me. You know, if the internet was back in the 60s, well, shit, I can't even use that analogy. Because they wouldn't have let us have internet back in the 60s. But suppose we did have internet back in the 60s. And niggas, well, black folks was allowed to get on it. There's no way, hello, racists could come on a black person's platform back then and say the things that chick said to Keith Dedman and not have every black person sit around and whoop her ass. That's what I know. Now we in 2025. At what point did something like that become okay? I don't know. Rio. See, Rio's cool with me. So they did it to you, meaning LA and Phoenix, they had somebody come in or on their platform calling you a nigger. That's what happened? Did you do you see that, LA? He said that y'all had did it to him, so he returned the favor. Is that true? And is this the real Rio? I think so. Oh. Mm. Okay. Mm. This is one of those moments, because when I was just sitting here going, I heard Michelle Obama's voice. She said, when they go low, we go high. I mean, sometimes somebody does something to us and we do the same thing back to them, giving them the taste of their own medicine. But sometimes there are situations where they gave us a taste of medicine and we need to just spit that medicine out and don't give it to nobody else. But that's just me, Rio. Wow. Not true. His best, he said, key dead men, and all of them ignored it. LA says, not true. His best friend, Miss L, called him multiple N words on her own. And I made a joke saying I would pay her $5. LA. Now, come on, LA. You just confirmed what Rio said. How you start off with not true and then go on to say Miss L called him multiple N words on her own, and I made a joke saying I would pay her $5 per N word. Yeah, it was a joke to you, but that's really easy not to take as a joke if you're on the other end of it. You know what I mean? Have I heard Miss L call somebody a nigga before? I think I have. Rio ain't the first person. I never heard her call Rio a nigga, but if I'm not mistaken, who did she call? She called somebody a nigga before. Years ago, like when she first came on the scene. Who was she arguing with? I think it was a female. So actually, LA, you did the same thing. Just was is what how they say? Same water, different boats. Phoenix called me a nigga, and LA, our none of them said shit, or none of them said shit. Wow. So LA said Miss L was calling him and other people N words, and he friends with her right now. So what the fuck? Yeah, you got a point there too. I don't know. On this panel while trying to shoot a black woman. Yeah, I guess it's a mute argument if, white person can call you nigga and y'all just start singing kumbaya afterwards. I'm from a different generation. So maybe I should just mind my business. Because I just can't relate. But if this is how y'all do things, I guess that's. I don't understand it. Don't think I ever will. And charge that to me being a 60s baby. You know, it is what it is. Who is trying to shoot a black woman? Phoenix called me a nigga in LA, and none of them said shit on his panel while trying to shoot. Who was trying to shoot a black woman? Well, LA, if you were instrumental in uh, providing a platform, however it went down with Miss L, if that happened on your platform first, well, of course he would revert back to you. I remember she called somebody the N word. I think it was a female, though. Was it Jamila? It was somebody. She's a trip. Mm. Well, I used to always try to get people to stop beefing in these YouTube streets. Took me a while, but I've come to the conclusion that if nobody beefed, this wouldn't be a sector and nothing would be happening. So, as much as I used to always plead for everybody to get along, it never happens. I pleaded several times for Styles and LA to squash the beef because I always thought underneath all that shit that they kind of liked each other, you know? But y'all just had to fight till the death, huh? Excuse the pun. I don't know if they're obsessed. Look, I don't know. I ain't really been around. Oh, so she did it on her channel. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. How long you and Phoenix been together? Seems like y'all been together for a while. Like 3, 4 years now or something? That's a long time. Be with one person. Mm, mm, mm. All right. Well, listen. I'm going to go now. I think I kind of got my answer. But I'll leave y'all with this. No matter what's going on or who you beefing with, under no circumstances should you allow someone to use your platform to hurl racial slurs at somebody. Number one. And number two, you know, and I'm a 60s baby, sorry. But you know what? I'm not even going to say that. It's a different world. It's a different generation. You know, I had my day. This is your day. Maybe y'all should just handle things the way y'all see fit. Now, how y'all see fit is still being cool with somebody who has called you a nigga. Hey, I don't understand it. But if y'all got past it, maybe that's a good thing. I guess it is. I I don't know. I'm stuck in my generation. So, forgive me. Anyway, I gotta go. Peace.